Today we're exploring the partner Oathbreakers Will Kenrith and Rowan Kenrith. We'll talk about how this works in Oathbreaker, what kind of signature spells might pair best with them, and how good this deck might be. Will Kenrith costs 4 blue and starts at 4 loyalty, +2 until your next turn. Up to 2 target creatures each have base power and toughness 0-3 and lose all abilities. -2, target player draws 2 cards. Until your next turn, instant, sorcery, and planeswalker spells that player cast cost 2 less to cast. -8, target player gets an emblem with, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. Rowan Kenrith costs 4 red and starts at 4, +2. During target player's next turn, each creature that player controls attacks if able. -2, Rowan Kenrith deals 3 damage to each tapped creature target player controls. -8, target player gets an emblem with, whenever you activate an ability that isn't a mana ability, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. This pair is one of only 2 options for partner commanders in Oathbreaker, the other being Jessica and Tevesh Zat. I already made a video on those 2, and I'll link it at the end of the video if you're interested. So how does this work with signature spells? Well, you get 2. Yeah, that's right, you get 2 signature spells, 1 for each planeswalker. The signature spell still has to fit the color identity of the planeswalker they're attached to, so Rowan's has to be red and Will's has to be blue. And if you want to cast the signature spell, you have to have the correct planeswalker out. Each planeswalker and each signature spell carries its own commander tax. My favorite thing about the partner Oathbreakers is it's kind of like starting with an 11 card hand. You got the 7 cards in hand, 2 planeswalkers, and 2 signature spells. That is a lot to start out with there. The downside of Will and Rowan is that they're each 6 mana. That's a lot. They're designed to work together, that's great, but the chance of you getting both of them out is not super high. In my Jessica and Tevesh video, I'd said I'd never built an Oathbreaker partner deck before, but my brother reminded me that I have in fact built this one. I have built Will and Rowan. Mostly just because I happened to open a foil copy of each of them in Battle Bond when they were new. I don't remember what I used for signature spells, but I remember the deck did not perform very well because of the mana cost, and keep in mind, I play pretty casually too. But if you want to build it, absolutely go for it. My only recommendation is to go heavy on the ramp. Well, actually, I have some more recommendations, because we're going to look at possible signature spells next. And let's start out with Rowan. I looked at all the deck lists I could find, and signature spells are all over the board. However, the one I saw the most was Grape Shot, a sorcery for 2. Grape Shot deals 1 damage to any target and has Storm, so when you cast the spell, copy it. For each spell cast before it this turn, you may choose new targets for the copies. Probably the next most popular was Jessica's Will, a sorcery for 3. Choose 1. If you control a commander as you cast the spell, you may choose both. Add red for each card in target opponent's hand. Exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play them this turn. I don't like this one as much as I normally do, because being late in the game by the time you cast this, your opponents might not have as much in their hand. Still a good card though, still a very good card. Other people were using instant and sorcery copiers like Reverberate, Fury Storm, Glare of Duplication, and Bonus Round. And I liked the one deck I saw using Berserker's Fury as signature spell. A 3 mana instant, cast the spell only before combat or during combat before blockers are declared. Roll 2d20 and ignore the lower roll. 1 to 14, choose any number of creatures. They block this turn if able. 15 to 20, you choose which creatures block this turn and how those creatures block. I like how it works with Rowan's +2 ability, which forces creatures to attack. I also like the idea of a free signature spell, at least a 0 mana signature spell. If we get the planeswalker out, then at least we know we can cast the signature spell. Gut Shot lets you pay 2 life instead of the mana, deals 1 damage to any target. Mind Collapse, sack a mountain rather than pay its cost. It deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. And Deflecting Swat, an instant for 3. If you control a commander, you may cast the spell without paying its mana cost. You may choose new targets for the spell or ability. Note, if you want to cast these again, you do still have to pay the additional 2. Moving on to Will Kenrith, the best free spell is easily Fierce Guardianship, an instant for 3, but if you control a commander, you may cast this spell without paying its mana cost. Counter target, non-creature spell. This can't counter everything, but in a format where we have planeswalkers and instants and sorceries in the command zone, negate spells are really good. Maybe we don't need a free spell with Will though, because he can ramp us to cast instant and sorcery spells. So this might be a rare chance to cast a 7 or even 8 mana signature spell choice, something like Blatant Thievery for 7. For each opponent, gain control of target permanent that player controls. Or Elrond's Epiphany for 7. Create 2 1/1 bird creature tokens with flying, take an extra turn after this one. Or Subjugate the Hobbits for 7. Gain control of each non-commander creature with mana value 3 or less. Or maybe Animatau's Augury for 8. Exile the top 8 cards of your library. You may put a land from among them onto the battlefield until end of turn. For each non-land card type, you may cast a spell of that type from among the exiled cards without paying its mana cost. Brainstorm is a somewhat popular one with Will, an instant for blue, draw 3 cards, then put 2 from your hand on top of your library in any order. 2 more that I saw a couple times were Narset's Reversal, an instant for blue, copy target instant or sorcery spell, then return it to its owner's hand. You may choose new targets for the copy. And Keep Watch, an instant for 3, draw a card for each attacking creature. This works with Rowan's Plus. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and you can check out my channel for over 150 of these videos pairing planeswalkers to signature spells. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you next time.